Free flying on a Sunday, my ticket is a one-way. I'm about to play in the sky. I always knew you'd make it one day. Today was such a fun day. And I think I'm the first. I got out, free fly, just the sky and fell in love.
Yeah. Welcome back to WazzyCircus Radio, a show where I sit down with the most amazing people that I've met in over a decade of professional skydiving. My guest today is a friend that has found the balance between a beautiful family and an entire decade or two of skydiving. 3 state vertical records, more than 3,000 jumps, roughly. We'll talk about that in a minute. The best mud bug broiler. What do you call it? A cookout? What is a mud bug broil? What is it?
I mean, it's just a boil, yeah. Just
boil,
to get together
crawfish
boil.
boil.
It's a crawfish
My
boil.
boy does the boil, son. Jean Dupre. What up, man?
What's
Hey,
going
y'all
on,
might
man?
know him from the Vertical, what was it called?
Vertical Elite,
Vertical Elite. The race.
2018.
2018.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one wasn't completed.
Correct, yeah.
And then the next one was?
Well, they're holding every 3 years, so the next one's 2021.
Oh, this was the race, the last one that Steve
Yeah,
was
the
on.
last one, the 200-weight head down vertical record.
Oh, boom. So at the beginning of the last show, not the last show, Steve Downey's show, it was the tryout camps. The beginning of the show, you'll see a little clip of somebody. Did he get cut? No.
Well, I heard a lot of people get cut. I think he did, but I'm not sure.
Right. Well, he told me on that clip, that girl slamming into him and blasting out, he maintained his slot. He got cut for that shit.
Yeah, I heard some top-notch guys got cut along with Downey, but I think it was kind of weird the way they were doing it, but I wasn't there, so I can't talk on it too much.
And he still said it was a success. He said it was a great experience. Every jump was magic, you know.
Oh, for sure, man.
You know
You jump out with 200 people in the air, it's going to be magic.
Yeah, so it doesn't
Whether
matter
you hold hands or not, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, you know, so shout out to the whole crew that attempted that.
For sure, yeah.
18 years in the sport.
Yeah, it kind of went by faster than I thought, man. It's
Right
crazy.
on. So you show up, in Temple, Texas. What was your first jump?
My sister bought me a tandem skydive, San Marcos. I think I was 20 years old or something then.
Okay.
And for my birthday, I did that one jump, and that's it. I was hooked. So
The
let me-
tandem.
The tandem. That
The
was
tandem.
it.
Was it out of the Yellow Water?
They had a
Not the
sky
Yellow- that's
van.
Dallas. Dang it. It was the sky van.
The sky van that crashed and burned.
Oh crap.
Yeah.
Old May was the playing house about the old otter, the white otter that crashed.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Burned.
But yeah,
Yeah.
so I did that, and then I did a tandem the very next year, and I was like, that's it. I got to sell my stuff. I got to skydive. Like, who wants to buy my guitar? I mean, everything I had,
Right. Yeah.
I was selling it off so I could afford it to go through AFF.
What was your what was the exit on your first tandem out of the freaking sky van, son?
We did a gainer, and I forget
Sweet.
the old school dude's name, and I still have my book from this day, but what makes me so upset about it is they never put the date on there. And all the 3 jumps I did, the first 3, 4, 5 jumps, no dates. No dates.
Fill out your logbooks, people.
Dude,
Just
crazy.
for small shit like that, you know, like 2 decades later, you might want to know the day of your first fucking skydive.
That's probably why I don't log my jumps right now, or haven't for years, because
Yeah.
they were like, well, they don't really care. What do I care?
Yeah, right?
Just a
You
number.
should care.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish I did. Honestly, I wish I did more.
Yeah, that was your number rough. That was why it was roughly 3,000.
Yeah, roughly. So I'm not quite sure. I started shooting tandem video at a Cessna drop zone back in Salado. That's kind of where I started. I called it the redneck drop zone, man.
They're all redneck.
They're all
zones.
pretty redneck. This one's
Oh.
especially redneck. Like, if you had 200 jumps, you better not get on that sunset load without a beer, or you're in trouble.
Oh, that's a beautiful drop zone.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the wonderful drop.
How many jumps you got? 200? Here's a beer. Get on that plane.
Yeah.
Formation load.
Formation.
It's crazy, man.
I love what you said. Formation.
Formation.
That's dope. So San Marcos, and then where were you living at the time? Was Salado just closer?
No, actually it wasn't. I started kind of hanging out at San Marcos at first, and I just was checking out, I think reading Parachutist and checking out other drop zones in Texas, and I was like, oh, I'm headed that way. There's a drop zone on I-35. So I went, super friendly people. You got to be your Cessna drop zone, right?
Yeah.
And
I love
after
Cessna
that, man, I just kind of felt welcome there and wanted to jump, so it was cool.
Man, that's like 90% of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not the planes, facilities, nice bathrooms and showers and shit. It's, man, if you're rude, all that shit means nothing.
It's the vibe, man. It's the vibe. Yeah,
son.
yeah.
I believe it's all the time on the ground with the people waiting on the loads and talking
And having a good time.
That's where you build that kind of community you're gonna get.
Yeah, for sure. The Cessna drop zone. It's not like you're pounding out jumps every
you're
day,
not there
man.
to
No,
skydive,
man. Like 4 jumps a day is a big deal.
Yeah, that took 9 hours.
It took all day.
But you weren't bored for a fucking second, and that's the beauty.
No, it was really cool. Yeah, it's kind of where I got my roots, which was good and bad. I mean, I loved it, but when you move on to something bigger and better and go down to San Marcos or whatever, it's cool. But yeah, I started shooting tandem video out there at 200 jumps.
Of course you
That
did.
was the minimum requirement. That was back in VHS time and film as well.
So what were you doing? Would you have a VCR in your jump?
We had the mini DVs, you know,
Okay,
but
we
you
had
would
the-
you'd burn
right.
it on the VHS.
Onto the VHS? You
Yes.
had a VHS
yeah,
out on the
man.
DZ?
Yeah.
See, so what year was that?
That was probably, I think, around 2004.
Okay, I came in the game in 2005.
Yeah.
Fuck, 18 years? Dang. So, okay, cool. Yeah, I came in the game about 2005, and then we had the mini DVs, and we had the PC9s,
Yeah.
the big dog.
They're
And I was like,
huge.
yeah, you have no idea. So,
Oh, I have an idea.
I know you have an idea. But my old DZO used to tell us stories about the VCR and the jumpsuit with the
Yeah.
battery pack and the camera going straight.
That's crazy, man. I'm glad I didn't jump during those times, man. Kudos to those dudes. But I like my neck and my back. I mean, it aches enough at this age, but
right.
no
right.
way.
How much fun was videography?
It was fun, man. When I saw a guy doing it, their videographer there, I was like, I want a piece of that, man. He
Yeah,
gets
man.
to jump for free, he makes a little bit of money, he gets to fly around. I didn't want the responsibility of a passenger.
Right.
So I opted to go out that route. And man, I loved it. I did that for like 5 years, every weekend for 5 years.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
I was a
eh?
weekend warrior, man. It was awesome.
You wear wings and shit? Yeah,
Oh, yeah, dude. You had to have the booties and the wings on, man. That was the only way then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was my first slot was at the DZ teaching the class at 30 jumps.
Oh, no, that was too much for me. I was like, you teach all day and then you make one jump
I
at the
didn't
end?
have any
I'm
numbers.
doing
See,
that.
that was the deal. I had no numbers.
Yeah.
And everybody that was supposed to teach the class wanted to do AFF and tandems to get money. I couldn't get on the plane until the end of the day anyway. I was like IED student. You know, I was
Yeah.
by then I had my license. It was 25 jumps. But I was fresh out of college.
Wow.
So I made PowerPoints and reorganized the classroom and fixed the program, just tightened it up. He's like, yeah, you got it. I did that for 5 or 6 fucking years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I taught everybody in Oklahoma for 5 years.
What did you like best about it?
The people, just hanging out with people and teaching. I'm
Teaching?
a teaching kind of
Yeah,
dude,
you are
man.
a
I'm
teacher
still
for
doing
sure.
it,
Yeah.
I just oh, that's exciting. You want to do this? They're like, yeah. That's exciting. They're like, that's exciting. I'm like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you're
You know?
definitely that guy, man. When you
Yeah.
show up, everybody's like, oh, man, Waz is here. Some shit's going to go down. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to go down.
Fucking awesome.
I
man.
know, man.
Yeah, so and then man, you build a community of people. So the ghetto birds, I taught every one of them how to skydive. They're
That's
for my
awesome.
first jump course. There's 15, not all of them, but the core guys, they just kind of gathered over time and I needed somebody to sit fly with. I taught my friends how to sit fly so I could have somebody to try to dock with. 'Cause Cessna drop zone,
Yeah.
middle of Oklahoma, man.
Well, that's how
Yeah.
I got my teaching too, man. That's how I was like, how do you fly head down? He was like, well, you know how you exit with a tandem and you dive kind of head down? He's like, yeah, just hold that position.
All right.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's it. That's all. It's like, head down, that's it.
That's the kind of coaching that existed,
Yeah.
dude. I asked my instructor, hey, man, I'm fucking spinning. I'm on my 12th jump. I'm fucking frisbee out of the plane until I deploy. It's like my 4th line twist. I went IED. I had no instructors, right? So I'm just spinning. I said, hey, man, how do I stop spinning? He said, stick your other leg out.
What other
Fuck does that mean?
What does that even mean?
And I think I did that, just spun the other way until I pitched, and I figured it out. But I got to figure it out. That's the freedom they don't have anymore.
Yeah.
They don't have that freedom anymore.
No, they don't.
And the WazzyCircus program, I give people a little bit of freedom to fuck up, man. We're at 14 grand now. It's a totally different game.
It's different, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I was told just get out.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. It was. I mean, I can only speak from my experience. I couldn't imagine what it was like for the older dudes, but yeah, it was kind of. I was sold a 135 stiletto with 18 jumps. That was my first rig.
Because you had some money.
That's
and
it.
Somebody needed.
Yeah.
That's it. Had nothing to do with skills, students. How
No.
much do you weigh, bro? He's like, how much you got?
How much? I'm charged. You want it? You want it bad?
really
I know
want
you
it?
want this rig. You're tired of renting, huh? 18 jumps, 135. So I brought that canopy, went back to Salado, and the owner, Rich Worrell, awesome cat. If you know Rich,
Right.
shout out to him. But dude, he said, that's a little small for you. I have a 150 stiletto for you. You can jump that. I was like, okay, great.
Beautiful.
So I jumped that for a while, and then I ended up getting like 500 jumps and went back to my 135. So I started stupidly on a really
On a
small
fucking
canopy because I
stiletto.
didn't know any better.
Not even the size.
I mean, I
the
kind of
cut.
did, yeah.
The stiletto was a swingy motherfucker to learn on. Dude.
I kind of knew better, but nobody really balked at it too much over there. So I was like, whatever.
Well, we jumped some shit too in Oklahoma. My first rig was a sweet hog.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, exactly. The
It
owner
must
gave
have
it
been
to
a
me for
sweet
a couple
hog.
$100,
Yeah.
dude. I think we tried to build it and there were no parts, and then I broke down and got a javelin or something. But yeah, like they're like, yeah, get on the plane.
Yeah.
Go find something in the closet and fucking put it together. Give
Yeah.
a cutaway handle. Like, all right, fuck. Crazy. When's the last time you've been to Salado?
Man, actually, I went there last year. A buddy of mine who passed away skydiving, I jump his canopy every year on the anniversary of his death, or
You're
roughly right about
beautiful
that
man.
weekend, yeah.
Mudbug.
So Miguel Carrasco, Woody is what we called him. That was his nickname in Salado.
Okay, Woody.
Yeah, Woody.
Wow, man. You know, new owners.
Yeah, I heard that. I haven't met him yet or been out there, but I'm kind of curious. I hope it progresses out there and moves on with it.
Yeah, was the gun shop there when you went the last time?
There has been a lot of things there since I've been there over the years. Let's just say that.
Hey, this is some Texas shit, you guys. Yo, shoot and shoot, right?
Shoot and shoot,
Shoot
yeah.
and shoot. So you go to DZ and you can get 5.56, 9 mil, a new Bushmaster. I mean, like it was a gun
Whatever you
shop.
wanted, yeah.
Gun shop next to the rubber bands,
Yeah.
logbooks.
It was land for accuracy, shoot for accuracy, baby.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then let's drink beer. Yeah.
And then Mark, shout out to Mark, man, fucking legend around here. He would have the shoot and shoots, right? You
Yeah.
ran, you shoot and shoot.
And then they had a paintball field at one point. They had a portable wind tunnel at one point.
That's the key.
Yeah.
I think that's the key to DZ.
Well, I mean, that stuff only lasted so long out in Salado. I mean, the location is kind of
Yeah,
you
you
don't
gotta
have a
own
big
it.
city. Yeah, you gotta own it. Yeah.
You gotta own it, man. So how did you get the mud bug? Did you what?
Oh, man.
Hey, you know, you go to DZ, you only know cats by their
Right.
fucking nickname for years. Right?
Right.
I didn't know what you did for a living till we just talked before.
I can't
The
even
show.
shake Mudbud loose, man. It's stuck.
Yeah,
It didn't help that I had it embroidered on the collar of one of my jumpsuits
yeah,
too.
it's still the black one.
Well, you know, I'm from the swamp, so man.
Where's that?
Well, I was born in Louisiana, and then we moved into Texas, right on the coast, which is basically swamp. I grew up in a town called Bridge City. There's a bayou on one side and a river on the other, and you're dead in the swamps, man.
Wow.
Mosquitoes, alligators
Really?
in our front yard. Oh yeah, man, that's crazy.
Oh,
Snakes
shit.
everywhere.
Yeah, so we used to have rattlesnakes in the front yard.
It was fun growing up, though, man. It was just wildlife galore out there. You can do whatever.
That's pretty rad.
Yeah.
Your parents let you go? Let you?
Oh yeah,
Get a
man. It was
stick
just
and run
just
around?
normal. You know, we didn't swim in the water at night for the alligators, but dude, we'd be hydro sliding or whatever, cruising around the boat in the bayou, going to a rope swing. You'd see them on the bank all the time. They never mess with anybody. It's crazy to say that, right? But once you just live with
That's
them,
not like that whole sentence was out of a Mark Twain fucking book. Man, we go to rope swing. We see them on the bank, but never mess nobody.
we got a 3 mile cut, baby. Go to the rope swing.
That's fucking fun, man. So how old were you when you started skydiving? So you'd moved up to
Yeah, I moved up to Austin,
Yeah.
and then that's where I made my skydiving. Then I started jumping out in Salado, and everybody had a nickname. Everybody, Juju, Voodoo. I mean, we had
Right,
guys
right.
like Woody. We had all kind of nicknames.
okay.
And so they were trying to stick me one, but they couldn't quite get it. And then when I had that first cutaway, my first cutaway actually was doing crew out at Salado with Wendy Faulkner.
Fuck yeah, Wendy Faulkner was shot at the
First
race.
crew.
Fucking blast.
First downplane, first cutaway, all in the same jump. Landed off, and they come running out there.
Yes.
And they were like, "Oh my God, this dude had 30 jumps or whatever it was. I'm a stupid low number of jumps. I was doing crew doing that. They're like, oh, he made it. He did what he was supposed to do. He lived,
You're a
and we
fucking
got to give you a
jumper.
nickname." And then I ended up doing a crawfish boil there for the first one they had. It was like 110 pounds we did, and so they were like, "Mudbug." That's what we're gonna call you. Yeah.
That's perfect.
And so it's been that way ever since.
Oh man, that's a good story, dog.
It's kind of funny, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Wendy Faulkner,
Mm-hmm.
Texas legend. You can give her that.
Yeah, man.
Hope
She
to
is
get her on
like
the show. Very welcoming, very knowledgeable. Runs Salado, always has.
yeah.
See-
She's been a
she's the
fixture out there for a
backbone.
long time.
Yeah, yeah. crew dog number 1.
Yeah, she is the lady, the legend. You know, she, I think, is the last closer on the world record crew formations that they have. And so she's got like 9 racers, dude. If you want to go do any kind of crew, doesn't matter how many jumps you got. If you're interested in crew, go see Wendy Faulkner. She's got a rig for you.
That's why she has so many racers.
Yeah, so many racers.
I didn't understand. I thought she was just collecting like trophies. She has racers to teach people crew.
Yeah, they all have lightnings in them.
Gear.
They all have lightnings in them. Yeah.
Hey, man.
Set up, ready to go.
I don't know if she's doing this, but if you want to learn crew, I know a person. She's in fucking Temple, Texas. She's in Salado.
In your back door, you don't even know it.
Yeah, because she's got the rigs, and everybody I've ever talked to about Wendy's like, yeah, Wendy's the, you know, and you meet her, she's a little Wendy-ish. But she's a beast.
Yeah, that's skydivers are, man. We're all weird in our own ways, for sure, man.
She's a cartoon character for sure.
Yeah.
But she's knowledgeable, like Drew Still. If you guys know Drew Still, yeah, you know, they're these people that just have so much knowledge of what they do to perfection.
It's true.
Yeah, shout out to Wendy Faulkner. So, how many jumps did you have when you started doing this crew shit? I'm scared of crew.
Man, probably less than 200 for sure. It was pretty minimum. I don't even think I was shooting camera at the time, and I started shooting camera video, 10 video at 200 jumps.
Right.
Yeah, so it was pretty crazy.
So did it start with simple bumping incels, ha, fun, or was it straight up slamming the back of your legs?
From what I remember, straight up like, we're docking, you know?
We're docking.
And if you hit her hard, she was going to punish you for it, and she punished me.
Okay, hold on. Let's go back. So she docked on you or you docked on her?
No, I docked on her.
So she waits for you to come up to her and hit her?
Right, but I came in too hot and I wrapped my canopy around her, like bow tied on her.
And that's what means don't hit me too hard.
And that was don't hit me too hard. What she does is she climbs out to the very end cell and then she starts a hard toggle turn. And man, that G-force pulls on you and you realize you done made a mistake.
And she just whips your ass in the sky.
She's in total control and you can't do anything about it.
A beast.
Yeah.
Goddamn dragon.
I've seen her top dock on a 2-stack to help somebody out that had something entangled in their leg. I think they were trying to fly a banner or something weird. And it entangled kind of and was messing him up. And she top docked on top of him to kind of settle out his canopy to give him time. Yeah, to cut it loose or whatever. Crazy.
That is fucking
If you've never seen people fly crew, you need to go watch some videos.
Crew.
Nationals.
2 or 3-way crew
it's
is
amazing.
Out of here. If you think you're a canopy pilot because you got a little hook turn, son, you ain't shit.
You ain't nothing. Yeah.
These cats, full riser, full front.
They are nuts.
Slide,
they are whipping them toggles left and right, slamming them.
They're driving it like a fucking sports car or
it's crazy.
Off-road.
It's like they're driving a bus, but it's a sports car, you know, on a sports car's track, but it's a bus.
It is a bus.
And they have it just, it's weird.
Amazing.
It's crazy.
Well, there's guys doing crew of Valks too, man.
Yeah.
Like Kurt and them will like do crazy shit. Kurt and Jeannie come in like and do like turns and shit.
I really do. I still like crew. I haven't done it in a while and haven't done it with anybody. Everybody's kind of scared. We'll bump in cells, but unless you really do crew, then you understand how to fly your canopy. I think that's kind of the best way.
Yeah, so my small experience, dude that taught me how to skydive, hit the back of my legs. Wrap your feet. I'm like, fuck, this is fucked up. He's like, you got us. I was like, I ain't got shit. And then I let go, and then he played, and that was my only. And I was like, that was amazing. Like afterwards, like a little kid, like, oh, that was the greatest thing I've ever done. But in the moment, I was fucking terrified.
Yeah.
Crew dogs, man.
They're definitely their own breed, man. If you see them show up in force, there's some crazy cats.
So you said you guys, it was you. How do you link up for the downplane? How do you get your bodies to get? Do you like turn and swing and catch feet?
The top person kind of shimmies down all the way to the bottom person.
Oh, okay. So you slide down in 2-stack.
Yep.
And you just everybody go right, left toggle.
Correct. Well, not necessarily. The bottom guy is going to kick his legs up, and you got to hold on to his legs, and he's going to hold on to yours.
Hold on. Let's think about this.
You're going to swing your legs up in between hers.
You're in front of him or her. So you're almost in their lap.
Pretty much. You're gonna.
So their chest straps on your back.
They're sitting like right here on your lap.
Okay. The person who docked.
That comes down.
Them, they come.
They slide down the lines.
They're on you. You
kick your feet up, and they hold your feet. Yeah, the bottom guy kicks his feet up in between.
And they're
hers.
in front of you, and they kind of go forward and grab your legs.
They hold your legs as tight as they can.
You're fucking kidding me.
Yeah, and you just pull on a toggle, and then hold on the leg with your necks, and that thing will just open up sideways.
Doesn't it twist your body and their arms?
It does a little bit. It's kind of tricky to play with. I mean, you really got to hold on tight, but it's crazy, dude. It's so much fun, dude.
I'm never doing that.
You got to try it. It's hilarious. It's so much fun.
I am never doing that.
What's sick is if you've seen
I'm
them take
lying.
it down to like 200 feet.
Oh,
That's
I've seen the Navy
crazy.
guys. How do they do the 4 stacks? How do they do that 4 fucking thing?
I don't know, man. I'd like to know. I'd like to. I'm not.
Well, maybe it's that. Maybe it's a continual stack.
I don't know
down,
how they
fall
do it. I
down.
think they have like lanyards that have
They do
release
have
mechanisms.
lanyards. So, but I was like, how the fuck do they get together? Like,
Yeah.
they swing and throw a rope. Hey,
Yeah. Hold on to my leg, Bill.
That is nuts. So, you dock on her. Is that the same jump that you wrapped her?
No, I think
Okay.
that was another time I was just
Okay.
getting more aggressive, getting more comfortable, and came in a
Alright.
little too hot, and
Oh,
then
okay.
I knew better after
So,
that.
but on the first crew jump's the one you had the
Mhm.
cutaway. So you come in, and I guess you did good on that one.
Yeah, I think I did good because you're so timid, and I'm sure she's probably doing most of the flying. Let's get
Right.
real, you know.
Right.
So, but yeah, you just fly it up to her and put it in the middle of her back,
She
and
slides down.
yep, we do the leg hold. I
Boom.
pull, and I borrowed somebody's rig,
Uh-huh.
and apparently the cutaway cable was a little too short, and under the stress, it just popped right out.
While you're in the downplane.
Yeah, while I was in the downplane,
While she's holding your legs.
and she's holding my legs.
She's holding your legs. Your parachute comes off.
And
your
now I
fucking
got a
body.
streamer because it took by one
So,
riser.
She lets. What,
She
what's-
recognizes it. She lets
Of
go.
course she does. She's like,
Yeah. I'm out.
She's
Peace.
like, fuck you. You signed the waiver.
And yeah, man. So
So you're like, oh shit, tink tink.
yeah, beam beam. Went through my emergency procedures and nailed it. And
So cruise happening at 8.
I mean,
10.
that Cessna's probably 8,000 feet by that time for us. You
So
know.
you guys stop about 6.
No, man. They'll take it down to 3. I
you.
mean,
What if that
I've
happened
landed
at
a
3,
2-stack
son?
before. I'm not a downplane, but like a 2-stack. Yeah, I've landed 2-stacks plenty of times.
Really? Like
Yeah.
just let them go and then you go ahead?
Yeah, just hop off at the very end, man. It's so much fun.
Oh, I can't do it.
Yeah.
You're fucking freaking me out, dog.
That's
I
crazy.
Can't do it. I've just seen nothing but fast parachutes forever.
I know that's kind of where I'm at now, so I
You
don't
know,
really mess with it too much other
I
than bumping
just-
incels.
So we grew up at the DZ. Jack was a swooper. Andy Beck is a fucking beast. He owns the place now. Still a beast. Like, so every load, everybody's excited. Like, it's a sensitive drop zone. Dude.
Right.
It's like popcorn when Andy's on the plane. You know what I mean? You see, we had 2 Jacks. Both Jacks would do their shit. It's cool. Saber 1, stiletto, low shit, 180, good swoops. And then Andy Beck got that velocity, son. You can hear him a mile
Ripping it,
away.
man.
So everything was dedicated to that. Like,
Yeah.
all skydiving was based on swooping. Like, that's all we talk about. Like, that was a cool thing to talk about at night.
Right.
You see that fucking turn.
Do you see that guy? Did you see
that
that guy swoop his reserve after he cut away? Dude,
Yeah,
that's
I
baller.
hooked that shit.
Yeah.
I hooked that reserve. You know what I mean? Like, so, cause like, you know how it works when the mechanics are going to the Cessna, DZ, staff's on the plane, AFF, tandem, AFF. There's no free fly stuff.
No.
The videos are just videos of the same fucking thing, dog. Nobody cares. It's what did you do under canopy becomes ultra important.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no like glory in the clouds. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, he's open. What's he gonna do? And everybody's out.
You
know?
don't see that one shot of like 9 Cessnas in the air flying formation. Nobody's got that one out there.
No.
Not that I've seen.
Does it exist?
I
The
don't
only thing
think
we
so.
see is the fucking
2, maybe 2. Yeah, or colliding with
uh,
each other. Yeah, for sure.
man. Hey, but that's.
But it's
I
still a
love-
novelty, though, man. Cessna's jumps are a novelty. They're kind of fun.
I think they're great.
Yeah, especially when you get to climb out on that
It's
strut,
the goddamn
dude.
jungle
so
gym.
much fun,
That's
man.
what I'm saying,
Yeah.
man. People don't know. If
Yeah.
you've never done a bat hang, I don't care if you got 5,000 skydives.
Right,
dog.
dude. If you haven't
can't
hung
bat
upside
hang,
down, yeah, dude, you got to.
bat hang,
Yeah,
son. And it's a science.
it's for
So
sure. Yeah.
Give it away. I'm gonna give it away. This is how you bat hang. Son.
Listen up, it's gospel.
Listen. Crawl on the step. Get your hands all the way on the strut. Now, when you hang down, do not let your body open up. It's too much to fight the wind. You stay curled up and you just rotate up. Get your ankles, toes up there. Lower yourself down. Release one hand first. If you do the double hand, you're gonna fall.
That's it. You're gone.
If you do the right, maybe like one go, boom, hold it, and the pilot's gonna kind of dive the plane. The pressure will hold you, man. I've flown that.
It's right
shit.
there. Yeah.
I have flown that shit for
All
a
you
while.
gotta do, hook those feet, man. Hook the
Guns,
feet. You're good.
Oh, dude, bat hangs with the shit.
Yeah.
That's a way to blow. Hey, a new pilot, that's a way to scare the shit out of them. That and take the key.
Yeah.
That's not cool. You can turn the fuel off.
Right.
Don't do that. We used to do that.
Oh,
DZ.
man.
Oh, it's so fucked up. But we were, your buddy's a pilot. Fuck
Yeah.
you, click. I'm out. He's like, fuck you.
We had a legendary pilot out at Salado. His name was Forrest McBride. He had this Cessna 182 with like turbo and supercharged, whatever. It was fast, dude.
Right.
It would go like 14.5. But Forrest was a big guy, and Forrest loved to smoke cigarettes, and it didn't stop. It didn't matter when or where. So by the time you got to 14.5, you were covered in ashes, sitting by this dude's armpit. And when you finally got the cut to open that door, man, it was a whirlwind, a tornado of ashes going out the door. Man, it was crazy. The day he put a freshener in the back of that Cessna, everybody was like, "Thank God."
Oh my God.
It was funny. We're like, "Yes."
I guess you can smoke on your own plane. Ain't no
Yeah,
fucking
I mean, it was his.
Hey.
He'd carry, he leased it out there. He was flying. He was a pirate, man. It was crazy.
Pirates, I love them.
Yeah.
I was raised by a pirate, son.
That's kind of how I felt Salado was. It was a lot of pirates out there for sure.
So you were there when Mark came.
Yeah, I was there when Mark came. Rich had owned that place for eons, and I was there for the exchange with Mark. Mark stayed there for a couple of years, jumped out of that sky van that he had. They would blare music out of all the time, man. Some Red Hot Chili Peppers, man.
Oh, on the way to altitude?
Every ride, dude, every ride.
My heart, son.
It was fun.
Love that shit.
It was fun.
That's the shit. The only plane I've been in that had music was from Start Skydiving. We had a caravan from there at a boogie one year in Dallas. Man, it was so nice.
It changes the game a little bit, man. It's fun.
They
It
had
adds
radio.
to it,
They had like the leather tuck still on the
Oh,
sides.
yeah.
It was a nice plane. And the pilot would let me lay on my back with my passenger, tandem on the door, and hug him. And he'd give me the count, like boom. He'd dip the plane, and he'd roll us, and we'd roll out of the plane like a fucking torpedo. It was so awesome. I'm like, just hold on. Whoa! That was the best.
Yeah,
man.
those planes are crazy fast.
Dude. Fuck yeah. You get a good pilot, man. It changes the experience.
It does, for sure.
We got to give the pilots more love. I thank them every ride up.
I do
People are
too,
like,
man. I try to
no.
think of them at the end of the day, like, hey, man, thanks for flying. I mean, without them, where are we at? We're on the ground.
It'd be great to have the culture before you left. Every group, thanks, man. Go. Thanks, man.
For sure.
Thanks, man. Ready, set, go. That's how it should be.
Some of my best friends are in the sport or pilots, man. They've
Yeah,
flown
fucking
at DZ
Tom.
before. They're awesome, yeah.
Tom, the greatest, man. Tom.
Eduardo, too, they used to fly out at San Marcos. He was cool. Ed?
Yeah. Ed was dope.
Yeah.
Fucking Jared. I love Jared.
Yeah, he was good.
Lone Star. I'm trying to get him on the show. We need to get Tom on the show. Tom Johnson, I believe, is still the only man on earth that has flown the Otters for head up and head down world records, and has also jumped those fucking records.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a friend of ours.
Dude's amazing. I know, man.
That's crazy. And he's all cool and humble and just Tom and shit. Like, what the fuck, man?
I know.
What a beast, dude.
We're lucky to have the group that we do here in Austin, which is
do.
really cool. It's not huge, but it's a very cool group.
Quality.
Yeah, quality.
The Central Texas Free
For sure.
Flyers.
A lot of experience, yeah.
Yeah, man. So, dedicated father, dedicated skydiver.
It's a balance, man.
But you've done it.
Yeah.
It works.
It's still working.
Right.
My wife, without her, man, she's everything to me.
Right.
And I met her before I started skydiving. We've been together for like 17 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've known each other quite a while. We were together for 6 years before we got married. And so she kind of knew me starting up at skydiving, and that was my passion. And she fully supports me, which is super awesome, man.
Dog, I have the exact same story, kind of. We've been together 18 years, 19 years. Together 6-7 years before we were married. And then we were together 6 years before we had kids.
Yeah.
So we were like a decade in before we had kids.
Yeah.
And she knew me before skydiving. We made our first skydive together.
Oh, that's crazy.
Fuck yeah, we did IED together, And she was the lightest.
You got her to sign that logbook, huh? Let me put your number right here.
She was the last out of the plane, and she had to watch me and my buddy Steve Page go first.
Oh, that's crazy.
And the jump master was like, she went white. He had to kick her off the step. she had I shouldn't be talking about it, but she had the grip tape from the strut. She had a scrape on her chin because she was like this when he kicked her off. That's a badass story. But she stood it up, right?
That's
and
awesome.
I fucking face planted grass. I remember like fucking grass in my face. Yo, I didn't know what to do.
Right.
I don't think I flared at all. I had no idea, dude. The parachute was open. I did my SOPs like, bam, hit the ground. That's all I remember, man. Changed my life.
It's true, man. It's crazy.
Tunnel time for the baby boy? Not yet.
Not yet, man.
Are you
I don't.
considering it?
Oh, for sure. No, it's definitely. I don't know which kind of approach I want to have to it. I was thinking maybe make him really want it before I throw him in there. That way he'll kind of maybe be more enthusiastic and versus me forcing him in there.
How would you make him want it?
just kind of get him excited. I take him there anyway, and I put him on the creeper, spin around, run around. So he likes being there.
So he likes being at the tunnel.
Yeah, he
already.
likes being at the
That's
tunnel.
step.
The
First
playground's there. They got burgers, beers, kids, wind tunnel,
Beautiful.
dude. I mean, really,
Yeah.
it's a playground for adults with kids.
For a family, yeah.
That's skydive.
The skydive family, son. It is. It's a skydive family place.
Yeah, man, it sure is.
We love it, dude. My kids come all the time.
Oh man, I
They
love
go-
it. Yeah.
Go to the playground, come back.
I got him in there on the net. He was jumping up and down like a trampoline.
good.
He got
He's been
super
inside.
pumped. Yeah,
He's
been
not
inside.
scared of the
Yeah.
machine.
No.
So if you guys have kids and you want to bring them to the tunnel, it's a slow process, man, but it's worth it. It's fucking worth it. My 9-year-old's a gold medalist and was third in the nation in the National Kids Challenge last year. Shout out Jackson.
Man, that's crazy.
6-year-old's a silver medalist in Texas. It was a struggle to get them both in because I tried to force it, but then when I didn't force it, you gotta push.
Yeah, you got to push it a little bit, not too much,
But not
I think.
too much.
But
Let them jump on the net.
everybody's personality is different, though. Yeah,
Hey, let the wind be on. Let them feel
Yeah.
it. Maybe the new thing, if you let them play with water in there,
yeah, that's really cool too.
right?
Yeah,
That's fucking cool. You gotta have the luxury of the time and the instructors that love you. Jackson wouldn't go in without his Spider-Man wingsuit.
oh, really?
Yep, he would not fly without the wingsuit, and he went in, but he couldn't get his arms up past his head. But he wanted to fly his wingsuit.
You
He's like,
can't
"Dad,
go.
I'll
You
in."
can't get in there without a Spider-Man.
Right.
You got. What are you talking about?
Hey, but that was it. He would never get in. He's like, "I'll get in if I can fly my wingsuit."
Yeah,
Like,
I
all right,
don't,
you can
I don't
fly
want to
it.
be Peter Pan, bro. I'm a Spider-Man. What do you think?
Yep. So flew him a couple times, and then I hid the wingsuit because he couldn't get his arms up.
Oh yeah.
Right? And I was like, I don't know where it's at. Do you still want to fly? He's like, I'll wear an iFLY suit.
Okay.
You know, and he got in and shit.
He loved it.
And his little brother couldn't fucking wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fun watching your kids in there too, man.
Yeah,
It's
they're
got to
nuts.
be a good feeling for sure.
They're uncoachable.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
Yeah, I know
Completely
that's a
uncoachable.
battle you're gonna have to fight, I imagine.
They don't care
No, they don't listen to you.
at all.
They never will.
At all. I can't teach them a damn thing. So I taught them flip twists. I think that was like my hallmark moment
Don't think
in
you
their
got it, the
learning
flip
process.
twist, yeah.
Everything else is what Drew still does.
Yeah, of course.
Drew did this.
Yeah.
Well, fucking, you're not Drew.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit the glass one day.
Remind me of that every day. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, right. I know. I probably should do that. So you said something. We were talking earlier, like no ratings, no coaching.
No ratings, no coaching, man.
Like, and I love teaching. You're like, fuck teaching.
I don't know. I do. I like instructing. I don't know about teaching. I feel like I'll never be good enough to be a teacher.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And it is
How
kind
long
of
did
crazy.
it take? 20 years, 3,000 jumps. What else you need?
But I'm never saying like this is my opinion. This is right. This is what you got to do. I mean, there's so many little.
That's not what you do. But you just say, hey, this is my passion. This is what I love doing. You
It
should
is.
do
It's true.
this.
And I have in some aspects before, and it's been fun, and I enjoyed it. But yeah, I always feel like I'm just trying to get better. Like I'm just trying to get better, like everybody else.
I know. I accept that. I will offer you this. The way to get to the mountaintop is to bring others to the mountain.
Gotcha.
Okay? So the more you teach,
Yep.
you're teaching how to fly better. Guess what you're fucking doing?
It's
you're
true.
Flying better.
I know.
Yeah, and you do it over and over again, and guess who's a beast now?
I know.
Instead of, oh, I'm going to watch these videos.
I recently kind of
I
got back
get
in the
that,
teaching
yeah.
aspect,
But,
right?
Yeah, but I mean, you could do so much coaching.
Yeah.
If you had the time. Who has the time?
It's tough, but I mean, I've
An
had
AFF
people ask me
rating?
before and whatnot, and I mean, I consider myself an okay flyer,
Shut the fuck up.
but I mean, let's get real. There's some badass flyers out there.
Yeah, there are, and we need you in the ranks.
You're yourself. You're one of them.
You're one of them, dude. All the cool jumps I've been on in Texas, you're right across from me. Right? AFFI. Have you ever considered it?
No, I thought at first I might. They tried to push me to get my tandem rating at one point in time, but I knew I'd just be a meat missile, man. I'd be hauling all the big people. So I said, no, I'd rather shoot tandem video and they're my space ball, right? I get to fly around.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I hate the way people talk about tandem, kind of, because it is like, oh, those guys are hauling meat. They're meeting this, and on a fucking August afternoon in Texas, you are just.
I mean, dude,
you're dying. It's death.
Tandem instructor's got to work for it. That's why I didn't want any part of it.
Not really, man. Tandem instructors have the most joy. I'll
yeah.
give you this. No one on earth gets hugged, kissed, and respected more than these guys.
There's nothing more infectious than the enthusiasm and excitement off the person you're taking for their first skydive.
Dude.
And y'all get it more than the camera flyers do. So I could imagine.
Camera flyers like, oh, you're that guy. Clip.
Yeah.
Ah, boom, hugs, kisses. Dude, when you go clip.
You're the one who saved their life.
Dude, they turn around and you're shining like Christ must have felt. For a
Yeah,
second.
they're the best friend.
You're like, oh, you're like, you all right?
I love you, man.
Be my mom.
It's so awesome, isn't it?
I
crazy.
miss it, man.
Yeah.
I miss it, dude.
It's infectious. It really
It
is.
is. But, like any job is like, oh, I'm hauling meat, or I'm fucking selling shoes, or I'm selling cars, or I'm doing stocks. Dude, I'm fucking clicking buttons. No, dude, you're killing it if you're killing it. Sometimes every job sucks.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
But you know what's good about camera versus tandem, I think?
What?
To me, you get to see their face. You get to capture that moment for them.
Beautiful.
And you
Yeah.
get to fly around and just kind of get a view. Not that you don't as a tandem, but for me, just the beauty of it, watching two people, the
That
moment.
shot is something
Oh,
that only
man.
the camera flyer gets in
Yeah.
real time, and the video doesn't get that. Oh my God,
Mhm.
look, right? And you're there. But the one thing you don't get is the canopy ride down.
Yeah, I imagine that's
And-
fun too, the excitement.
And since I've let my tandem rating go, all I can do is video for people. All my friends and shit. I'll bring them out. Evgeny will do a skydive with them, and I'll go shoot video. Some on the jump with them. But I know as I'm doing my little spinny spin, they're up there laughing and talking and really experiencing the skydive that I'm not getting to do with my friends.
Probably getting puked on too.
Ah,
Have you ever gotten puked on?
A bunch of times.
Yeah, man.
I've gotten so good. Just,
You got the technique
yeah,
down.
just
Yeah.
turn.
Turn
Like-
your head to
like,
the-
look right and turn.
Yeah.
So we used to tell them, hey, in your suit for safety. They're like, I would tell them, I would literally tell them, hey, I'm like, hey, in your suit for safety. If your stomach acid blinds, I've got goggles on.
Right.
If your stomach acid blinds
We're
me,
gonna die.
we're gonna hit that tree or something. We're like at 5,000 feet, like that house. They're like that house. I'm like, yeah, we.
And they'll believe you, whatever you
Oh,
tell
yeah,
them at this
whatever.
point. Yeah, yeah. If they're still with you mentally,
Oh, dude.
it's a
I've had
sensory
pass-outs.
overload, man. Yeah.
Hey,
How many cutaways have you
Hey.
had?
13 tandem, 3 or 4 sport, 13, 15. I don't know. A lot of cutaways. To the point to where I was like, hey, look up. You're like, fuck, man.
This isn't gonna work out. We gotta let it go.
Like, hey, I have enough cutaways that I learned to stop saying, shit.
Yeah.
Right? Because, oh, man, what the fuck, man?
We're like,
Nothing,
oh, not
dude.
again.
Yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah.
all
Ugh.
right, look up.
That's crazy how jaded you get over a
Tink.
cutaway sometimes. Like, oh man,
Yeah.
reserve, repack. Damn.
Oh, dude. Have you ever not chopped because you didn't have the money for a reserve repack?
No.
Those are not a ghetto bird, my friend. I've had to make life decisions over like gas
Yeah.
home on some jumps. Like, I might die, but
I might fight it for a little while, but no, yeah.
I blew some lines out one time. I was
Yeah.
like, let's see. Slid it all right, man.
You-
Fucking.
Well, you're a little bit crazier than I am.
No, I was broke, so. Yeah. Yo, yeah.
Need that $25 jump.
Hey, shit. I didn't have a $75 repack, and then I couldn't do any more video. I could borrow a canopy,
Right.
right? But if I'm down a rig, fuck,
Yeah, you're stuck.
I can't shoot video. I can't do AFF. I was like, I'm landing this motherfucker.
Yeah. And then you got to have a second rig as a backup cameras. It's a headache.
2 cypresses.
Yeah.
2 repacks.
That's why I kind of quit
2
doing
line
it.
sets. Yeah. So we were saying the benefits of camera flying. Wonderful. Lenses, batteries. Back in the day, film,
Batteries. I had two cameras.
light switches, blow switches.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck switches you guys got now. Your wrist switch. I don't give a fuck what you're using.
It was a
right?
production, man. It looks pretty easy. I mean, now you got the
Uh,
GoPros make it so much easier and
so much
lighter.
eas-
But
so much
yeah, when you had the
easier,
bigger cameras, man, I remember one cat. His name was Daniel. He used to shoot video out at San Marcos and then went down to Rocher. And the cat would wear a full-on neck brace,
A lot of guys
like
do
you
that.
got in a car accident when he would jump. His canopy would slam him with all those cameras and
Soul
that weight.
saver.
You just grab the chin and hold on, man. Yeah,
A lot of guys will wear that. Those cameras are heavy, man, and that
They
was
are.
a smart thing to do
Yeah.
back in the day. You know, thank God for GoPros, man.
I know, man. How light and how easy and
And contours,
they
all
do the
that
job
shit.
so well. Yeah,
Oh man.
times have changed.
So here's the deal with tandem: goggles and an altimeter, and you
Boom,
can probably
done.
bother.
Yeah.
You can borrow either one of those.
Yeah, you're good.
Walk the DZ like
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we could
board
all.
shorts and a fucking tank top and some flip flops, and
We
you
c-
can make $1,000 stuff. Put a rubber band on your flip flops. You got $1,000.
We're good. We're set.
Fucking $1,000 weekend.
I show up. I didn't have any gear, man.
Nothing.
Yeah.
You could wake up in the parking lot.
Logbook, altimeter. I'm good.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Logbook.
Who needs that?
Logbook. Nah. Hey, one of the greatest things I did. I forget who told me to do this. Probably Andy Beck. He taught me a lot. Or Bobby. It was probably Bobby. What's Bobby's last name? Bobby's a fucking. Oh man! Shout out to Bobby in Oklahoma. I'll remember your name before the show's over. Cantrell? Bobby Cantrell, hell yeah. He would ride up to the DZ on his Harley with his little tiny ass dog like in a pouch and shit, and they would just hang out.
That's
He's a skydiving motherfucker, man. He taught me every tandem needs to be exactly the same. You get out, you face the camera, you touch, face the camera. Like you do it by the book, and that way nobody could ever gig you.
Right.
And that's how every tandem I've ever done was. Boom. To get their hands out, instead of tapping them, I say, give me double high five, boom, their hands are out. Boom, boom, boom. Go through your sequence. On the old vectors, you have to like make sure the little ball wasn't wrapped up in your
wrapped
fucking
up.
three-ring. You're like, fucking little ball, right? And then back to the camera. What was I about to say about Bobby? Oh, he told me, you don't fill out your logbook. You ask them to fill out the logbook, what they thought about the skydive, because it's no longer about you. It's about their experience.
I've seen them do that.
So I've got 4 of them.
See, that's why I wish I would log jumps, and I haven't.
Here it is. When I stopped doing tandems, I stopped logging.
Yeah, I haven't logged since 2008.
I was like free fly, San Marcos. Like I didn't never, and then I was like, fuck it, man.
I was like, why am I writing this down? Who cares about numbers?
In fact, the only way I kept my jump numbers was San Marcos would send me that email once in a while.
Right, they have that email.
And then I'd kind of add up what I did in Houston and in Dallas and like, roughly.
Yeah, that's what I did. And like last year, I think I did that. I called Salado, was like, hey, in your system, what do you have?
Right.
Jot it down. And I remember from then when I left there to go to San Marcos, the jumps that I had. And then I called San Marcos, same thing. Like, how many jumps have I done there?
Right.
And then there used to be Lone Star used to be open up east of Austin. Do you remember that place?
Where?
Lone Star? Not Lone Star, I'm sorry. It was called oh shoot.
Like, motherfucker, I was just saying Lone
No,
Star.
not Lone Star. You can erase that.
That's my favorite place. You know shit.
It was like I can't
God
remember.
damn it.
East Austin, Cessna drop zone, but you had a beautiful view of downtown.
Where was it at?
It was in Copeland.
Copeland.
Yeah.
What happened to it?
I think it was called Capital Skydive. That's what it was.
Maybe we should stop talking about that.
Dude, they went down. They just shut their doors, man.
Lost their plane or something?
Well, no, they had just issues with tandem instructors. We had 2 tandem instructors, Santee and Christian Perez.
It was just Christian.
Yeah, Christian.
How do you piss off Christian?
No, dude, how can you not love that guy?
Yeah, so if you had Christian on your team, who's still fucking raging this day, I
is,
can't wait
dude.
to get you on the show, son. He's a philosophy professor down
You
at
got to
UT.
get that cat. He's got a good life story, man.
Yeah,
He's
man.
an awesome dude.
If you run him off, you suck. That's all it was.
Yeah,
was bad
for sure.
management.
Yeah.
Copeland, Texas.
And so it was
I think
just.
I'm over owning the drop zone days.
Oh man, it'd be tough. I wouldn't want to, but it sure sounds like fun.
It is. It sounds like a dream, doesn't it? I've got some friends that are just balling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, so big way camps.
Yeah.
Harry.
Yeah, they are. I started chasing big ways last year and decided I wanted to go for a record. Never really had a goal in skydiving. And I started free flying when Tom Johnson and Steve Downey came up on the scene here in Austin. I was like, what? Who
They
are these?
redefined the scene.
Who are these cats? Yeah, we didn't have any free flyers, man. We didn't have an organizer, nothing. And they showed up.
You got a tunnel and Downey and Tom
boom.
at the same time.
Yeah, it was.
I got here at the same time
amazing.
they started jumping.
Yeah.
So the fucking culture just
Shifted big time. And so then I kind of got into big ways. And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I want to do that. I haven't been doing anything forever in skydiving. So, yeah, man, I started going for the training big ways for a year. And then the world record came around. I started training for that, going to the camps.
What do you think your total investment was?
Oh, man. I don't even know if I want to say, but I do know. But yeah.
You do know?
Yeah.
Is it 10 grand?
Yeah.
It is. That's
pretty
the number
much.
I've heard. 10 grand a record.
Yeah.
I don't have it.
It's crazy, man. I don't even know how I did it.
I've got the skill. I just don't have the 10 grand
Yeah.
to chase this shit and kiss ass. I don't mean it like that, but like,
right.
you gotta, like you said,
you got to get out there. You got to
gotta
get
be
your
on
name
social
out
media,
there.
You
Yeah.
gotta be out there rubbing shoulders. Everybody's got to know you.
Well, luckily, what happened this past one was, I guess they wanted to start a thing called Road to the Record.
Yeah.
And it was for first time people chasing the world record like
I watched
myself.
it this morning, bro. It was
Dude.
good. I liked it.
It was good and bad. I will say that. It was fun, but it added just an extra element as a first time big wave flyer going to these camps trying to make it.
Where can we find that?
Yeah, they're on YouTube. I think Skydive Chicago. It's on their page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's these guys chasing the record, and they do little exposés on each jumper.
Yeah.
They did a little shot on your family, little dude giving the kid, dude.
Well,
I loved it.
basically, they had people you threw their name in the hat, and then you had a little audition they asked you for. So you do a little, couple minute audition. I sent that in, and I made it to the next level, and then the next thing I was one of the finalists, and they selected me. So it's kind of getting your name out there without really having to try to get your name out there.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna do it again for the next one.
I don't know. We'll see, man. It was kind of fun, though. I'm not gonna lie. The people, they selected 3 guys and 3 girls, and so they basically follow you around all the head down world record camps and interview you afterwards. And sometimes you're kind of trying to pack and digest what just happened. You're like, oh yeah, man, it was great. And then you find yourself repeating the same thing, like, yeah, flew my slot, trying to be quiet, flying still, take my grip, partner. You get kind of robotic. Like after a while, you just keep saying the same thing.
Hey, but that's a beautiful mantra, though. If you think about what you just said, right? Flew my slot.
Yeah.
Try to. What'd you say?
I mean, level slot dock. That's
level slot dock.
It's the basics, but it's so hard to master. Once you can master that, master it, then you've got it made.
Right.
You can do everything else, I think.
So to define that, because if you're really good and really fast and shit, it's easy to get to the formation first and build the formation. And I'm fucking here. Where's everybody else? Dude, you're not flying. You're not good. You're a piece of shit. I've been that dude. That's me every time. I'm in because I'm fast. You're an asshole. Get level. Wait till everything builds. Take your fucking slot when you're supposed to take your slot in order. Nobody wants to see you show off.
Right.
And like now, since I've been called on it and I can recognize it, I'm like, dude, why'd you barrel roll on that? We're just trying to get this fucking thing together.
Yeah.
You're cool, but with the other people on the jump.
Or you got there fast, but you cut off, somebody that needed to be there before you, like a first stinger or a second stinger.
Right. Or somebody that's really trying hard to be here, and they're going a little bit slow, so you go around them just to be a dick. Why don't you give them a shot? Everybody knows you can get there.
There's a method that they use, and jumps you get quicker and quicker, a little bit smoother, and they know how to puzzle piece this thing together and move people around. But yeah, that's how I kind of started in the big wave scene, man, and did some camps. It was fun. Learned a lot. Got to jump with a lot of people and the friends. You make friends with so many people out there.
Yeah.
When you feel like you go to any state, you need a place to crash. Oh yeah, I met somebody here at a big wave camp. Let me see what they got. They'll have you over in a heartbeat.
So there's a video of the camp. So that moment in the door, son. Isn't that the fucking shit?
It's awesome.
Everybody's built. You're there. It's that second you're waiting for the count.
I like the dive. I like the float, man. I just like the intensity of getting at it. Yeah, diving down right here. I think this one was in Wisconsin or something. And we had a couple records out there. We did a head down record, their first one they ever had. And then we did a head down sequential record.
Nice.
So it was really cool. It was fun.
Oh, Keith's place.
Yeah, Keith George. Yeah, man.
Hey, shout out to Keith George.
Awesome
fast,
drop
buddy.
zone. If you haven't been to that one, I highly suggest you go.
Yeah. I want to go.
Place.
We've been invited out. We need to go out. We've been invited out to stay with the fam for a week. He recently got injured.
Yeah, I heard that. I saw
but
that.
He's healing, man. So God prayers to Keith, man. Send him
For
love.
sure.
He's a great person. He's a great cat.
He's a cat. Yeah.
Look
he's
at that.
Man.
Is that Frimmel?
Yeah. I think Fremmel. No, I don't think Fremmel's here.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Yeah, we held that thing for I think 22 seconds. Of course, we got out like 17. I think it was like a 14-way or something.
Wow, he kicked you in the face. Shit happens.
I was like, I'm out of here.
How many jumps you have when you completed that?
Oh man, I think that was a couple years ago. So again, jump numbers, I'm not sure. When I add them all up, I'm roughly at the 25 to 3,000 upper range.
Right. Okay. So you had more than 2,000 skydives.
Yeah, I definitely had more than 2,000 skydives.
How much tunnel time you got?
Right now, I'm a guess. I don't log that either, but maybe 50 hours.
What are you flying?
Right now, I have a 79 Valkyrie, just a standard,
What do you think?
that I'm selling.
How much?
Because I have a 75 hybrid in there right now.
Oh,
Yeah.
how much for the 79?
I got that one for 24. It's all yours, baby.
Really?
Yeah.
PD, you need to send me a canopy, son. I'm sick of saying this shit on every show. I know I've never emailed or reached out to you.
Send one to Waz, man. I would love to see him on that smile. Like it can even get any bigger than it is already.
I don't drive nicer cars than the one I have.
Yeah.
You know
let me tell you,
I don't want to try on your nicer pair of Jordans because I don't want to feel my
you don't want to feel it. Yeah.
I don't want to ruin what I've got. And I love my velocity.
Yeah.
And my velocity opens on heading is great.
See, mine never did. And when I started Big Waves, I was like, you know what? I need something a little bit safer. And so they open up the Valkyries, man. Oh my gosh.
Here's my theory on the velocity. When you deploy, are you locking your legs and controlling your hips?
I've tried every technique there is. that velocity I had, loved to look around the sky.
hey, like a dog.
Yeah, man.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hey, what's going there? Hey.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, it's a gamble.
Yeah, man.
Ah,
I just never knew. In fact, the first chop I had on it, I never hooked it back up. I sold that thing and bought a Valkyrie.
immediately.
For sure, yeah.
Oh shit.
I was like, I'm done with this thing.
I'm like that old guy that shows up at the DZ with a racer and a Saber 1 with a big ass dome slider and like an old ass Raven 1 reserve. And I'm like, and a fucking FXC. I'm like, this shit works fine. I'm going jumping.
Yeah, man.
You know,
I'm gonna do a sit train in this
Yeah,
thing.
I'm killing this shit. My velocity's fine. Okay, 25 hundo.
Yeah, man. I've done quite a few different jumps. I think one of my favorite jumps I've done was 2 years in a row. I jumped into Ironman here in Austin. Yeah, I think it was a half Ironman actually in the Lake Decker.
Nice.
Out there at Decker Lake, I jumped in for the national anthem when the sun came up before they kick off the swimmers. Had an 1,800 square foot American flag we flew in.
That's nice.
It was crazy, man.
1,800.
1,800 square feet, yeah.
How long you been flying flags?
I just did this couple jumps, maybe 4 big flags. I think the first one was a little bit smaller, like 1,200, and the second one was 1,800.
Have you seen those videos where dude hits the weight in a tree?
Oh my gosh, dude, that's a 20-pound weight, man. It's heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, those are scary.
That's fucked.
Yeah. Have you seen him whack somebody in the crowd?
Oh no!
I think it was a NASCAR. They hit somebody in NASCAR. Remember they hit the NASCAR?
That's fucked. Oh, they
hit a car with one, dude. Wrecked it.
I love seeing old demo videos where they're like in a car lot or some shit. You're like, oh my god. So we've jumped into football fields, baseball fields, fireworks shows, and shit. I started doing demos at like 40 skydives. Dude, I had a camera on my head at 50 skydives, trying to do Tana video.
They're so much fun. Have you ever done a smoke jump with a 5-pound bag of flour? That's redneck.
Yeah, that is redneck.
That's pretty redneck, man.
Have you ever put toilet paper on your fingers and shot toilet paper rolls at your friends on your back? Motherfucker, I'm redneck too. We've done all that shit.
Yeah.
Hey, have you ever done a paper bag jump?
No.
Oh, that's the shit.
What's a paper bag jump?
So you pack your canopy perfectly
in the paper bag
into a paper bag
and huck it out.
You fucking shit your pants on the ride up.
Oh no way!
You crawl out in the wing of the Cessna, get out, throw it up. Fucking. That's
what's crazy about a Cessna. You start thinking of wicked things to do out of something that's already wicked to climb out of.
40 minutes on the ground.
Yeah.
50 minutes.
You got time to think about it.
30 minutes up, 15, 20 minutes down because you can't hypercool it.
Well, and you got a sandwich you got to eat and drink something while you're on the way up too, man.
We used to play chess.
Yeah.
The song for this show was written over like 300 rides to altitude.
I can imagine.
30 minutes of like, I love to.
Think about how big of a span of your lifetime that is right there, man.
I need to use it.
Oh, man.
So when I have times like that, like driving the wind tunnel, times where it's just mundanity. I don't know if that's real, but like it's just the same fucking thing and your mind can do anything. I've been, other than listening to podcasts, I learned how to play the harmonica recently.
I know, I heard you jamming out the other day.
It's fun, man. Like, fuck, I'm sitting here for 30 minutes.
Might as well do something. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I did in the plane. We got tired of playing chess. We had the magnetic chessboard on the top.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, that was cool. Sleeping all day on the plane. But I don't know if that wake up, go to sleep thing is good.
It was kind of weird.
Over and over, you're kind of in this weird haze, man.
I think you just kind of get in the norm of that kind of jumping for a while, and then you go to a place.
That's how the weekend goes by, right? And you're like, oh, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I didn't do anything, but I'm so tired.
I'm so exhausted.
I made 4 jumps.
40 naps.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you get to a place like the King Air, and it's like, Jesus.
Yeah, and then when you do 6 jumps your first day, you're like, oh my God, I don't know how I can sustain this.
Man, so who's that? What's that? All right, what's that? That's your old Velocity.
Yeah, that's my old Velocity, man. That's actually out in Salado. We did like.
Is that the one you chopped and then got rid of?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the one, man. We did a 3-way jump, and I think I hooked it in, and I got snagged that photo. It was pretty cool.
That's it.
Yeah.
You still do the belly band?
No, I stopped doing the belly band. I had that with a different setup, but I do actually like the belly band.
Because you get to look cool, man.
Man, if you take off that chest strap and you got the belly band and removable slider and let it all open up, especially if you're the full RDS, if you take off the pilot chute and the D-bag, oh my gosh.
It's that much difference.
Yeah,
and it is, because when I took my slider off, I was like, why did I ever have a slider?
Yeah, more performance.
You know what I mean? So I can only imagine taking the fucking... Because I take mine all the way out, but I'm not falling out that motherfucker.
Yeah, have you ever taken the chest strap undone? It's a little scary at first. You feel like you might fall out.
Well, that's how we fly the dunes in Cali.
Yeah.
Right? There's no chest strap, right? So you can hang all the way out of the harness, but you fall in sand. It's not a big deal. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, I used to love you do that shit. It was only you really in the whole group that does that. Who else had one? Logan? Did Logan have one?
I think he had a Cobalt, and that's what he wrecked himself
I
on.
was
Yeah.
there. I was standing out fucking side.
You know what was freaked out about that? So my buddy Woody that had passed away, we were going there to do his ash jump after his memorial service. That happened just before we got there. And I think about that to this day. Could you imagine if family would have got there? They were all there with us.
Everybody.
And they would have saw that incident and him getting life flighted out. Oh, my gosh.
Jesus. Cash lived. Beautiful dude. I love Logan.
Yeah, man.
His brother took the photo for the podcast, being from the building in Austin. Like, I
that's
love
cool.
Logan. I was outside. Man, this has happened to me a couple times. I'm outside with a camera filming because I love swoops. I love the sound. I like people's technique on the turn. Like, you whip and then you come out. Oh, no, you go slow and then you, like, I love it. I like the swing. I like how Kurt leans back when he swings like a kid at the playgrounds and he swings his feet forward. Dude, I love watching I like to see the way the wing bends, right?
It's true.
So I'm always watching people fucking slam into the ground.
That's part of the jump, man.
You know
It's part
what
of
I'm
skydiving.
saying? I'm like a bird watcher that watches them hit the windows.
If you've been in the sport long enough and hanging around drop zones all day long, you're gonna see some wrecks sooner or later for
and
sure.
then it's gonna be somebody you love.
Yeah, and it happens, man. That's the tough side of it. I'm sure you've lost a few people, and over the years, though, man, you end up losing some friends. It's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow sometimes, but you kind of learn from it, you know.
Yeah, you better.
Yeah.
You better fucking see their faces when you're in the pocket and realize, you know, before you get there. What's that? What's that shot? Oh, that's Shimlecki in the center. Rebel Air Force. Where's that? That's got to be Arizona.
Yeah, I think that was probably Arizona. We had a camp over there, and it was Waz. Let me tell you, I don't like jumping when it's cold. Period. But I was there. I think it was January in Eloy, and they said, "Oh, it never gets cold in Eloy." First time I ever go, I could see my breath when I was getting on the airplane before we took off, and I knew it was going to be a problem.
Yeah,
it was
on the ground,
man.
because there's no moisture in the air.
I know.
So there's no heat.
Yeah,
it's fucking freezing.
It's cold.
That desert cold. How? Oh,
and then you got to perform on your big way, right? And I try not to bundle up because then you can't fly.
I don't.
Yeah, so you just suck it up.
So now I've come to the conclusion I don't wear gloves. But when I was in Cali, I was in Hollister a couple months ago when we were doing a jump, and my shoulder's fucked up as it is, and I'm reaching back, and my hands are fucking freezing numb because I don't wear gloves, and I couldn't throw my pud. I was like, this fucking sucks. So I'm just going to cut the fingers out. Because my thing with gloves is because in Oklahoma it's freezing.
You can't feel.
Yeah, no. I've had my fingers stuck in the fronts, right? Well, I used to grab the fronts,
grab.
right? And then like trying to get out. Oh, fuck. I need to get the rears, and I'm still in my fronts. Like, that shit'll make you shit yourself, right? So I stopped wearing gloves completely.
You get some frostbite before you even get down.
Oh, man. So, Friday freakouts.
Yeah.
Man, let's get this Friday freakout on. Is it around?
Man, how addicting is Friday freakouts, huh?
Dude, we do one on every show. Well, we try. Sometimes the internet doesn't work. Shout out to Team. They got a new website. It looks great, Andrew. I'm still giving out stickers, man. Love what you're doing, bro. Support the guy. Go to Team, buy some shirts. You guys know you love this shit. So here we go. I don't know what this is. Okay, what is that? There's a radio.
That's old school,
a radio.
man.
There's a Cessna. Oh, that was a weird exit. That was a weird fucking AFF exit. Okay, good. Hey, okay, get the signal in the face, dude. Good. Legs are good. I'd let go.
Oh, yeah,
straighten your legs
sure.
a little bit. Arch, straighten your legs. Good. Let her go. All right, and oh shit,
here we go. Off to the races.
Oh shit. All right, so if you guys are listening, oh fuck, man. Oh shit. All right. So AFF jump out of a Cessna, radio on the side of the hell. She's still spinning.
Just
son.
grab her, man. Just grab her.
You gotta stop that shit. What are you gonna do? Wait. See, listen, because as it speeds up, it's just because, dude.
I mean, you don't want to get whacked in the head either. What are you wearing? A frap hat?
You signed up for it. But look, then she stopped it herself. You motherfucker. Nope. There she goes again. Dumps.
Hey.
She dumps.
She got that right.
Let me tell you what. That's what my first fucking 20 skydives look like by myself. Man. I put that on everything I love, dude. That was that was a Waz skydive. I get out the plane, it didn't matter what altitude. I was like, I'm getting at 5, okay. Spin 3. Get out 7. All right, it's just more spinning.
Yo, dude.
All I remember was spinning, dude.
Spinning. My third jump, I basically was potato chipping, spinning like crazy. Scared me so much. Please. I got to the ground. I was like, I don't know if I'm going to do that again.
Right.
And then I decided I'm going to do one more. And then I'll see how it goes. If I liked it, if it goes well, I'm going to keep jumping. And it went beautiful, relaxed. Nice. And then I was like, this is it,
This
man.
is it.
Yeah. That was the game changer.
Let's do that one more time. So AFF, they're on the step. They get out. She's good. Man, pretty good body position, guys. Her legs are pretty straight. Her arms look really stiff to me. The instructor's doing some weird from her arm. That's fine. Her legs kick a little bit. She starts spinning, and that's a violent spin. It's a violent spin to the left. Her body's kind of offset to the left, like she's in a turn. So she's doing it herself. She doesn't realize why. That's why you come to the WazzyCircus program, and we do 20 minutes in the tunnel, and you're fucking solid before we go to the sky, because I don't want to jump with you like this.
If you're going to kick me in the
I don't
head.
want to do this. Is it Oklahoma, Obama? No, it's not Oklahoma. All right, so she's spinning the other way now, and she reaches back and she dumps. Kudos to the student, because the instructor was just a videographer at that point.
Absolutely, for sure.
So my DZO would tell us, if you didn't stop that shit, go fucking land over there. We'll send your shit to you over there. Don't come back to the drop zone.
See, that's why I didn't want to be responsible for anybody else's life, though. That's why I never do coaching. Or AFF.
Coaching's beyond AFF.
AFF,
coaching,
man.
they're fine. They
I'm
can
not
send
doing
us.
it.
AFF gets tough if they don't have.
It looks like fun. It's got to be a rodeo.
We've got the
man.
glory of tunnels, bro.
Yeah.
It's not the same world. It's
Not
not
anymore.
the same world, dude.
But what kind of rodeo was it back then, man? It was crazy.
It
It was a ride.
I used to leave the plane with my head dug in the body fucking tight. Like, I feel the body up, down. I just, oh my God.
And then you never knew what they were going to do.
Holy fuck. Now I'm like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
You know, it's different. It's a tunnel now.
Yeah.
There's a tunnel out there now. It's valuable. All right, people. Mudbug. The
Yep.
man. Somebody that wants to chase big waves.
Yep.
Somebody's got 1,800, 2,000 jobs. What would you say minimum would be smart?
It's hard to say these days, you know? I
Tunnel
mean,
time and shit.
yeah, tunnel time, but tunnel time and
that shit.
skydive don't always
Correlate.
No,
No.
for sure.
It takes the experience.
It does. It takes some experience. So it just depends on the person. Everybody progresses at different levels. So, I mean, if you're 800 jumps, 1,000 jumps, and you've been flying with some people in bigger groups, maybe 8, 10 ways, you know, you step it up to 20 ways, you just got to gradually build it. And the next thing you know, if you can fly something small, you can fly something big. It's really all the same thing. It's just a mental issue you got to get over, you know, a mental hurdle to see, you know, 80, 40, 80, 100 people in the air. 200, I can't imagine because I wasn't there, but yeah,
Right.
It's got to be an awesome feeling. But yeah, it's all the same.
How dope is it breaking off of them pods?
Oh man, it was so much fun. I mean, you're just
Oh,
you're
fuck.
going for your life basically.
Yeah.
For me, when you got that many people around you, it's, you know, I don't care about anybody but myself. I am out of here, man.
But
Yeah.
you follow a leader for a bit, and then you guys break.
Yeah, and then you
Isn't
break
that
off and you
dope?
just go for your life, man. It's fun. Yeah. I mean, there's people open up close to you and you get a little nervous, but you kind of get used to it at the same
Right,
time.
right.
You know, you got to keep your head on a swivel.
And you got that valve.
Yeah.
So that opens on heading.
It opens on heading. Oh my gosh.
Head on a swivel, bitches.
Yeah. Head on a swivel for sure in big ways.
Hey, look at that. What's this? We're gonna end with this shot right here. What's that? Boom!
Oh man, that's some head up stuff we did in Houston. That was fun.
Dude, Skydive Spaceland Houston is the fucking bomb.
That's crazy.
Isn't that the
Yeah.
It's the hub?
I was there this past weekend
Nice.
doing head up stuff. Yeah.
How'd that go?
It was a camp they had put on. They're doing a Texas state record at the end of May, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to do it here in Rocheron.
Do they already have it full?
I'm not. I think so. I think it's invite only. You got to try out, or if you've had a world record head up already, or whatever it may be, whatever the criteria is.
Dope.
But yeah, and so they're trying to beat our record from last year. We had 24, and we did that in White Right up in Dallas. And
Nice.
so they just got to beat 24, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
It's
The state
fun.
records-
It's a
state
whole.
records are
It's
dope.
a whole different ball game, man. It's so much fun.
Yeah. I had Bones on, but we never really discussed the record stuff.
Yeah, he's the man at those. He's in the base, I think, on all those world records. Yeah.
For sure. Where can people find you?
Man, you can find me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm not a big poster, I'll tell you that, but I share some stuff. You see some family stuff on my page.
Right on.
But it's fun, yeah. It's fun to reach out and connect.
And give some advice to some new jumpers that.
Yeah. I had a
with
friend that
families.
recently got in the sport out of Dallas. When we did the head up record out there, he messaged me, say, "Oh, I saw you coming out here on Facebook."
Mhm.
And I said, for sure. He went to the same high school I did, and he was going to go do a tandem that day, and he started jumping.
That's
Yeah.
fucking
So I
great,
chat with
isn't
him all the time, and like, hey
Yeah.
man, how's it going? He talks to me about standing up his landings, things like
it? Isn't
that.
that great?
Yeah, and I watch his videos, and I give him a little critique, you know, exiting and whatnot. But yeah, it's very
That's dope,
cool.
man.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. WazzyCircus Radio. So happy to be back, guys. Check us out. We're launching a Patreon soon. We're going big this year. We're gonna have more guests, more shows, more jumps, more fun. Much love. YouTube, Spotify, Rhapsody, Podcoin. Podcoin pays you to listen. I don't know if you guys heard about that, dude. Podcoin. If you listen to podcasts all the time,
Yeah.
you build. I'm gonna. Hey, fuck,
Well,
you guys
if you're
need to
listening to
sponsor me,
anything-
Podcoin. Hey, but you build credit as you listen, and then you can cash it out for Amazon cards and shit.
Oh, that's amazing.
And if you're listening in any way, you might as well listen to WazzyCircus Radio
You
on
gotta
Podcoin,
listen.
son.
The WazzyCircus, man, that's where it's at, bud.
Yeah. Much love, you guys. Keep your head on a swivel. Hook that shit. Peace.
One day, man, I think I could cry. And when you fell on your back, lay flat, backtrack, look back, and track the way